Okay, that's the chat open. Okay, that's going. Got to turn on this light, which makes me look like I'm not a fucking gremlin, and then turn off this light, which makes me look like I am one. Look at that, have to juggle multiple lights like a guy who juggles light bulbs. You know, that's me. Light bulb juggling. Rem dot. Let's get the. Let's not let that fall. Let's instead get this. For this. Come on. Come on. Lights. There we go. Now we got lights. Let me grab my thing. Got it over here on the floor. Where I put it. Where the fuck? At least I didn't. There should be even more. You know what? I left it out here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Cass, it's hello. I see that you've said hello and welcome. Welcome. I was getting the necklace. I left it in the back room. You're saying none of me, none of me. I don't know why or what that means. And then heyo to you too. Spooky right before you were gonna go to bed because you were tired. I'm sorry, but no sleep. Sleep is for cowards who are tired. I was gonna, do this earlier, but then I didn't, and instead I'm doing it right now. We're gonna be playing this spooky game right before bedtime, and then you'll have nice dreams, because you have dreams as nice as the spooky thing you saw before you went to bed. That's the actual rule. The spookier, the nicer the dream. So, I'm doing you a favor, really, is the truth of it. I'm also gonna load the game. By the way, I had to replay this game like 2 times because I forgot that you need to save it. So I went through the whole thing to the end, and then I hit save, and then I realized I forgot something that I had done on the first playthrough, this one. So I had to play through it again, just so that way I could get back here. So be grateful, Cass. Saying fuck you to me, saying F you to me, your only friend you've ever had in your entire life. How dare you? This game ain't even that spooky. Well, it's gonna be, because I forgot something. I forgot. There was a thing that you could do on this TV, which I missed the first time. I also got this thing. Check this out. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I almost reached out to the VCR. I'll show you what I got afterwards, but I almost reached out to the VCR when the noise calmed down and Larry appeared in front of me. It was the taiga forest. We already saw this, remember? There was human speech, and I listened to it, and then static, and then that was that. And then I had to fix the antenna or find Olya's tape. I didn't realize, when I was playing through this the first time, that you don't have to go looking for Olya's tape. This is a choice. You can set the antenna or look for Olya's tape. This is a branching decision. I made the decision to watch The Little Mermaid with Olya, my great friend. However, instead, because fuck Olya, she looks like a demon when she grins, I'm going to set the antenna. But before I do that, look at this cool little spinny ball thing that I got on the internet. Yeah, isn't that cool? It spins. It's very cool. It also, like, folds into itself and becomes a ring. And then I can wear it on my finger. Isn't that so fucking neat? It also feels like it's gonna break at any given second. But so far, it's survived a grand total of 2 hours. But with my track record, we got 2 hours left on this live stream, and it's not gonna live for that long. Olya, the 20-year-old demon toddler, Cass is saying. Because Cass is right, because she knows how it goes. Olia is fucking terrifying. That looks like an amazing fidget toy. It is! I've been fucking around with it for like that whole 2 hours. Maybe that's why it's almost broken. Let me set the antenna. We'll get the stream on the road. And then after this, we'll skip to the end where we were before. But this is something that we missed in Chapter 1, and it's apparently been changed since the demo. So this is a whole new thing. The whole 2 hours of what? The whole 2 hours since I opened up the package that it arrived in. It's almost been destroyed since then. I can feel it like jiggling in its bearings. Metal doesn't last very long when it starts doing that, so... Yeah, this has not got that long. Anyway, the picture finally clearing up. But the moment I rejoiced at finding that weird signal again, the TV started coughing. Bleh, a voice barely coming through the cacophony. He was often seen. At the moment when, Cass is saying, cheap-ass internet metal, you're absolutely right. This is just terrible. Just terrible. At the moment when small snowy hills were lined up on the screen, pierced with rickety crosses, that's what these are, and a male voice was narrating with a slow, mournful voice. It was a pitch-black night at the cemetery. I'm still fucking with the ring, by the way. And look at that! There's a little girl with black hair and a face. This one looks kind of scary, though. This one's got the same thing Olia has going on, that, like, demon toddler look. What do you say, 20-year-old demon toddler? Same thing right here. In that. Maybe I'm just scared of children. That's also possible. I'm turning down my game a bit. I'm going to turn it down a little bit over here as well, because I feel like it's too loud. There we go. In that faithful, dark time, little Senya met her fate at the monstrous thicket dweller. The locals call him the Forest Master. I froze, and I did my best not to move, as if by doing that I could scare away the narrator. How? Don't ask, but I listened closely to his every word. The beast dealt with the helpless girl in a masterful manner. The camera panned across the snow. This is some interesting music, with something black spilled over it, looking for ragged pieces of cloth that were spewed all about the place. I didn't want to think whether Senya's remains were wrapped in there, so I shut my eyes without thinking. He doesn't want to even look what's in there. What could be in there? Maybe it's Senya's dead-ass body, but maybe it's a couple of muffins. Maybe it's a free box of donuts that I was given today at the grocery store. Who could say? Not me, because my eyes are shut tight. I don't want to see no corpse. The voice continued. There was a hand here, and it disappeared just now in the static. Wolves are rare guests in these parts. Hey, it's Diamond! Hey, and Diamond says he enjoys broccoli hot pockets, but I don't believe that for a second. Not even a half a second. This is because I threatened him that I would force upon him broccoli hot pockets if he didn't join the stream. Yet here he is, saying he enjoys them. There's no way. No one does. Terrible. Just terrible. Diamond says he loves Hot Pockets and broccoli. Yeah, me too, but it's like those two things that doesn't mean it goes together well. I love ice cream and I love macaroni and cheese, but boy, I would not be putting no mint chocolate chip on top of my Kraft macaroni and triple cheese. Where are the other two cheeses coming from? The other two factories of Kraft cheddar. Wolves are a rare guest in these parts. Let's get back to this thing. Here's what Tamara, the old woman that lives in a nearby crypt, had to say. This old woman, coincidentally, looks like my dead grandma, but whatever. A close-up, remember from episode 1? Remember that old lady? Yeah. A close-up shot of the face of an old homeless woman, weary from her life of alcohol abuse, rattled on the screen. Yes, such a fearsome beastie it is. Worse than the rising dead, which she's also experienced, because this old lady is, in fact, a priest from an anime show. The old woman spattered saliva all over the rectangular mic. I just wiped my mouth thinking about it. It's disgusting. Oh, and there's the Forest Master in the woods. And the stink! It's like... Oh! The rest of her comparison was swallowed up by the sound of a horn. Oh, so someone just playing the fucking kazoo in the background. What am I thinking of? Not kazoo. It's a different type of thing. I think it's called a kazoo. It's like a big, long kazoo. It's disgusting. Cass asks, who the fuck loves broccoli? To which Diamond says, I would. What? Cass says, you ain't human then. That sounds disgusting, Diamond says, but I would try that more than once. Broccoli Hot Pockets? It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. I had them before. They're not good. I never felt anything like that. It was just standing there. Yes, right where you stand, boyo. And it pierced me with its eyes, right in the middle of the day. It was so huge, with that one, with glassy eyes. Obscenities were covered up by another beep. You know, they say if the demon lays its eyes on you, it'll snatch you, whoosh, put you in its bag, and you're done. But he won't touch me. It likes me, it seems. So they would even call me the Devil's Wench. Damn. And it's definitely true, says the announcer. The carnivorous monster will not touch those who fell to the level of the forest beasts, going for innocent child's blood instead. So, I guess if you feed it a kid, it won't attack you. That's a neat deal. Diamond says, that sounds disgusting, but he'll try it once. Do you mean the, no, not the Hot Pockets. Do you mean the children's blood? The mac and cheese with mint ice cream. Oh! Yeah. Why? What the fuck, man? No. You got nothing to prove here, my guy. Just protect your health. I don't want to see you destroy it over something so trite, so trivial. The Forest Master's presence, this is the announcer. The Forest Master's presence is felt more and more on the outskirts of our country. Torn between believing in what was said and shrugging it away, I decided to record the remaining part of the documentary for some reason. I quickly grabbed the tape that was on top of the TV and slapped it into the VCR without even looking at the cover. I pressed record, turned the sound up, and paid attention to the slipping signal. It's not called the Forest Master for nothing. All the animals obey it, be they hairy or feathery. They're all precursors for its appearance. If you hear howls in the distance, then it's most likely already knows where you live. If you find an animal print on your doorstep and birds watching you from the trees, you better hide. It's already coming for you. Where'd the sound go? I don't know. Where's the sound? What happened? What was going on? Sound? Okay, it just stopped playing. Alright, well, we'll keep it going. I guess that was the end of the tape. And if you wake up at night and see a pair of eyes in your window, yeah, then soon. Oh! The TV went mad and looped the last word. That was a jump scare. I thought the thing broke for a second. The guy got started leaning in. Rem got scared. Haha, get fucked. Fuck you too. Both of you. Now don't act as if you're not frightened by the wolf guy who appeared all next to the thing. Alright? Nobody's able to get past him without jump scared. Fuckers. Goosebumps over my spine. The tape ended and was rewinding to the beginning. The sound of rustling tape reminded me of leaves in the wind and the low howl of beasts. I woke up from my stupor and pressed the button. The VCR ejected the tape, and for a moment, I thought it was stained with saliva. That's right, there was the inside of the but that was just light from the chandelier, making the black plastic glossy. And then I saw the cover. Oops, I recorded it over Peter Pan. Hen. Apparently it's actually Peter Pan. If you read it backwards, it says Peter Pan. See? Pan Peter. That's what I get for hurrying. It was bad enough that I ruined Olya's cartoon, but I also put this creepy shit over it. I can't let her see this. We'll drown in tears. I snuck a glance at the door. I could hear the clatter of glass and the squeaky floorboards. Olya appeared in the doorway. You haven't started without me, have you? Oh, and look, she's got the condensed milk and the bread. And her song is playing, and it's kind of Disney-esque. Damn. I'm gonna have to hide this from my Disney sister. And Diamond says he wasn't scared, and Cass says she was looking at her wall so she didn't see it. So one of you actually wasn't scared, the other one was looking away like a little kid at a haunted house ride. I see how it is. Cass. Coward. And then Diamond says he watched ReZero and played Danganronpa. Not sure how that helped you deal with jump scares. I've seen both of those. Neither are particularly scary. And yes, Diamond, condensed milk and bread is a fantastic meal, alright? You don't know, because you never tasted the sweetness of it. But I got some condensed milk the other day, and I put it on some bread, and I tried it, and let me tell you, did not taste very good. Honestly, it was pretty shit. That's the whole story that I got for you. My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk. No. I wasn't looking. I was looking for the tape. Do you really want to watch Peter Pan? I do. Turn it on already. Mom will come watch her Brazilian drama soon. In your room? That bitch. Come on, think, fake detective. You know, I didn't like Peter Pan. Can we watch The Little Mermaid instead? But I've already seen it so many times. And you promised me. She's so stubborn. I know. Let's watch a couple of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episodes first. Deal? Olya frowned, but ultimately gave up. That's right. We watching the heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. She put on the tray on the ground and then crossed her hands over her chest. She's very upset at me, but she says if you want it so much, can you open the milk can? I'm afraid I'll cut myself with the sharp edges. As soon as I stood up, colorful dots popped up before my eyes, and my sore legs were pierced by thousands of needles. I've got that thing where my heart rate drops when I sit down. Bad blood pressure, I think. You gotta eat more iron and exercise. Only when I reached the sofa, I realized that the can was already open. Olya tricked me. She played me for a fool. My stomach was heavy. I wanted to rush toward the TV, but my sister was faster. She picked up the remote and proclaimed in a victorious tone, "Gotcha! As the remote's master, I command you to watch Peter Pan." I couldn't even open my mouth before the VCR had eaten the accursed tape. Cass says, "You did not just whip." Rem, you disgust me with your 2018 TikTok dance. I love doing this. I didn't even realize it was a whip until I had been doing it for like 2 months, and I saw it on like a throwback video to like 2019, 2018. But yeah, I didn't even get it from that. I just started doing this one day. Sometimes I'm just fucking around. I'm like, all right, let's go. You know, I've done that like 6 times in the fucking Hat in Time series. You know, I don't even know how you didn't notice. Then Diamond says that since ReZero is a psychological horror, he considers it much scarier than creepy monster horror. Well, I don't really get scared regardless, but I do get jump scared pretty. You know, things jumping out at me is kind of. I mean, I played through all of Alien Isolation in VR, so I'm mostly okay. But you know, even I get surprised every now and again. What can I say? I'm still human. I couldn't open my tape. The VCR ate the tape. She'll play it, and then the black crosses on unnamed graves, empty crypts, bloody scraps in the snow, and the insane devil's wench. I'd better tell the truth. Olya, stop! I erased the end of your tape by accident. I'll trade it with you for 2 of mine. What do you mean? You couldn't erase it. Me and Dad have broken off all the plastic pins with a screwdriver. You can't record anything over my cartoons now. My little sister pressed the triangular play button on the remote. And just like that, I squeezed on the inside, but Peter Pan came right on the TV. He was dueling with Captain Hook instead, because they were only able to afford 3 frames of Peter Pan from their license with Disney. Also, Diamond wrote the entire Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fucking theme song in the Twitch chat. I've been trying to ignore it, but I have no idea how to... You got the whole thing. You got Leonardo's leader in the blue, does anything it takes to get the ninjas through. I didn't know there was an actual fucking song of it. I just remember that like guy chanting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's all I remember, because I never actually watched the show, but I knew people who did. And you know, they were always singing that shit. And I never learned it. Jesus Christ, you got the whole fucking... He had to break it up into multiple comments. He had the whole... I mean, that's scarier than the fucking jump scare that happened, but whatever. I'll get back to it. I sighed in relief. My head, heavy as a leaden ball, rested in my hands. Olya smiled in joy. She put the tape on rewind and started spreading milk over the bread. And when the cartoon started, she forgot about everything in the world. She just sitting there, enjoying her bread and shit, as if she really got transported to Neverland like she always wished To be honest, I also imagine myself there, where no one ages, and no one argues over things, and no one listens to fights and broken plates. Actually, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, there are fights in Peter Pan where they break plates. Isn't there? Am I thinking of, like, fucking Snow White? I don't know. But now, Peter Pan's land was especially far away from me. My thoughts dragged on, stumbled upon the horned beasts. Oh, we're fading out to black, okay. And that awaited me among the trees, and the narrator's mournful voice, which haunted me, sliding over bushes and ravines. I need to sip more water because my voice is not very healed. I was going to read the chat really quick. Oh, there it is. It has appeared. Now it's back. Cass says, Rem fisting the air is a new thing on stream. I don't remember you doing that in a hat in time. Diamond says he also has no relation to me punching air. What did the air do to me? Cass then says all this forehead and I can't remember shit. I could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't a hat in time. But I've definitely done that before. That's like my, alright, let's go! You know? I do that all the fucking time. There's no way that you haven't seen that before. Diamond says he wants to send me audio of him singing on Instagram for a meme. Alright, feel free. And then Cass says, or just cringe. What? No, yeah. And then Diamond says, thanks Cass, I appreciate the support. Because that's exactly what it was. Support. Alright, I've read all your comments. Diamond, send your singing video to Cass. Do it. It'll be funny. Or possibly cringe. But that's also funny. Like a winged carnivore would track its prey. Yes, I felt like I was dreaming. My eyes were still open. My sister's scream pulled me back into reality. Tony, shut the curtains fast! Why? No one's watching you. It's dark, and when it's dark, the owl comes. I'm scared. I got out of bed, fighting my drowsiness to close the curtains. We've read all this part already, alright? Let's close that. Yeah, we already read that from the narrator, remember? This is all stuff from last episode, so you can basically skip it, but I'm not going to, because we're pretty much at the end. I did my best not to look outside towards the treetops, the taiga forest, which drew closer and closer. Of course, it was just a visual effect from the shadows of branches scraping the snow. That's why I'm reading fast, is because we've already been over this. This was already in episode 1. We're going to get fast through this so we can get started on episode 2. We're already 20 minutes in, you know? Tony, Mom thinks I made up the owl, and Dad too. He thinks I'm a liar since I'm small. But the owl exists. Honestly, it does. You believe me, right? That it comes every night, and I swiftly grabbed Olia's hands and looked into her eyes. I was trying to transfer my courage, but did I really have courage? No. Yes, I believe you, alright. Just don't come nag our parents about it anymore. Or don't nag our parents about it anymore. Coming is different. They're dealing with a lot, so they'll just get mad at you. Come and tell me if anything happens. And don't look out that window. But it wants me to look. It doesn't matter if it wants you to look. Act like it doesn't exist, and just like Mom and Dad say, it'll get tired of waiting and fly away. I'm dropping hot bars now, just like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle song. To be mean, lean, and green. I just scrolled up to read the song as Diamond had written it. We followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing happened. The forest didn't kidnap kids, our parents weren't tearing each other apart, none of it. None of it. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile, and Captain Pan, is headed to London on a gilded sailboat. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my sister. I always last longer than my... Olia's eyelids dropped, and she started snoring lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. The chorus was singing the ending song, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, hero in a half shell, turtle power. And the whole world was lit up by a silvery Disney moon. And then, another moon peeked from under the first one, scary and wan, hanging over the taiga forest. The horrific report got recorded right over the credits. My throat went dry, my pulse became faster. I looked towards Olia. She smacked her lips in her sleep. I squeezed the remote with all my might, ready to press stop at any moment. I rewound the recording, checked if it was intact, and then carefully took out the tape. The protective pin was still in place. I stood up and left Olia's room, and I hid the tape in my drawer. Whether it was by providence or curse, I hid the tape with a mitten, and at the exact moment, Mom peeked into my room. Oh, I got an achievement for that. You can't see it because my face is above it, but it says cursed tape. Enough playing around. I don't know why she suddenly sounds like like she's from a telenovela, but that's how I imagine it in my head now. It's your first day at school tomorrow. Go to bed, amigo. You should sleep properly. What did I do before? Like a Russian voice? You do not want to be teased for being sleepy, right? No, Russian hot mom. Adults think everything's so simple, as if if I was sound asleep, my classmates would like me. What? I covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the house humming, to something invisible rustling in the corners. My inner voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that flute again? Yes or no? Yes. Maybe it's just part of growing up and I can't fully understand my own desires, but I want to hear that flute. The forest wailed behind the barrier that was my walls. Some ethereal entity wandered the fields. Branches shook as if calling for me. The wind howled on into the night. My thoughts were like flies. I'm trying to read faster so we can get through chapter 1, which I've already finished reading. I fell into a slumber. It has come after all. The day I feared the most. My back kinda hurts. The first day of a new school term. Episode 2. Here we go. This is where episode 1 ended, where the last stream ended. Here we go. Is that me? No, that's this game. I thought that was my fucking chair squeaking with every little movement. Diamond says, usually in the streams, when you swing something, it isn't usually a fist. Every time you swing something, I just remember those wooden goats. Those poor goats. Perhaps the goat monster jump scare is to atone for your goat sins. Maybe I'll kill this one too then. How you like me now, Diamond? And then he says that he likes the art style and he cheers for me, dropping the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing. And that he didn't see the first episode. Apologies, Diamond. Let me catch you up. We moved from inner city Russia during the collapse of the Soviet Union to the Ukraine. No, during the establishment of the Soviet Union to the Ukraine, I think, somewhere in the forest, and they're taking shelter, because when the Soviet Union was starting to really get off the ground, and they were starting to set up those gulags, the people who owned banks were the first ones who got taken down, which includes this character, our character's dad. Not this guy, this is a different guy, but our character's dad. So we moved out to the forest, where their parents were from, and they're hiding there from the Soviet soldiers. The damn communists. And then, as you do, as one does. And then the forest, as it turns out, is cursed and full of demons. And we saw them dancing around, and they're really pissed because they were very self-conscious about their sick moves. So they're really mad at me now for that. They're sending the Lord of the Forest, apparently, to fucking murk me. And they got an owl watching my sister's every move. So if she says anything about the dance moves that she saw, she'll die. And that's basically where we are now. That's the whole... Oh, also, this kid that we're seeing on the newspaper right there, he went missing in the forest, and no one knows where he is or what happened. And I also have a ring that turns into a ball, and then back into a ring, and then onto my finger, which is pretty cool, I think. That is the whole story up until now. So now you know everything that happened. And this creaking sound is fucking with my head. It happens. Exactly. It happens. The murkening, it approaches. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna fucking take down the goat man. And then Diamond asks, wait, how did you do that? Oh, turn the ring into a ball? It just like folds and unfolds. It's pretty cool. I've been fucking with it this entire stream while reading as well, so I can basically do it with like just one hand. See? It's a ball, and then now it's a ring, and then now it's on my finger. See? Just like that. How did it turn into a ball into a ring and instantly on your finger? You just gotta get good with your hands, Diamond. I can also do coin tricks, but only one, and if I do it to you, you'll lose your soul. Anyway, it's time for episode 2. That's what's important. New school, new teachers, and most importantly, new classmates, who I always have trouble connecting with. This is a genuine thought of a 12-year-old. Actually, is he 12 or is he like 10? Like most other kids with glasses, probably. I forced myself to get out of my warm bed. Dad would usually drive me to my old school, but this morning, the bedroom of my parents was silent. Did they sleep in? Maybe it was a good thing. I didn't want to get the daddy's boy reputation from day one. My parents were probably still tucked in, dreaming about the good old days when everything was so simple and easy before they met. Sweet dreams, even if far removed from reality. I silently sneaked out the first floor so I wouldn't wake up anybody, especially my peacefully sleeping Ulya. Sweet, innocent Ulya. I did my best to step on the middle of every floorboard. I used to play like this, even in our old apartment. If my soles touched a space between floorboards, it counted as stepping into lava. The clock was spurring me on with its hands. "I need to hurry! Faster!" says the clock. I was too fast, so I needed to circle the hallway once again. What? How? Come again? Boiling lava was bursting out of the cracks between the floorboards, so I'm just wandering around in circles in the fucking entrance. I needed to watch my step to survive at any cost. Hippity-hop, like a frog jumping on mole hills, like a fearful bunny in a grove full of wolves. Again, 12-year-old. I made a sandwich in the kitchen, my man, and shoved it down my throat, my man, and drank it down with cold tea, nice, from a can. My appetite was as good as someone being led up a scaffold towards a guillotine. 12. I lowered my gaze and saw that one of my feet was standing on 2 floorboards at the same time. Burnt to a crisp, huh? I moved my foot. Disgusting little snakes writhered in my belly, the fear of getting hit and being called nasty names. The clock clicked. I need to go. It was dark outside, fitting for an early winter morning. I took my time tying my shoes, buttoning up the puffy down jacket, trying to delay my unpleasant exit into the semi-dark, never-ending unknown. I rubbed my glasses for good luck. That's how I get good luck, just give them a good stroke. That's what I do as well in real life, just caress the glasses gently. I can feel my luck increasing already. It's like petting a cat, only it's glasses. I couldn't remember a single time these thick pieces of glass brought me any good fortune. That's why I rubbed them. They'll bring me good fortune someday. And then I just walked outside into the darkness. It's terrifying. The moon is out! It's the middle of the fucking night and I'm just wandering outside like a fucking idiot. God damn. Let me read the chat really quick before I get to this new chapter. I'll read the chapter. Fuck off. That was funny. New school be hitting close to home, Cass says, because apparently she did have those kind of thoughts when she was 12. I unlocked a new feature of the ring just now. By fucking with it, I can now spin it around. How do you like that? That's pretty cool, huh? Anyways, and more related things, Diamond says, you can still tell it's one pencil, but I can do it really fast. What? Oh, he can make a pencil spin so fast it looks like there's 2 pencils. Oh, so you can do that. I can do that. I used to be able to. This. But I guess you can actually hold it better. I can do it. I haven't in a very long time. And then Diamond says he does it with his sandwich and tea at 12 in the morning, which it is right now. Dude, go ahead and eat your sandwich, man. He says he's very tired. He will not remember anything from the stream tomorrow. So tomorrow, he'll just be as surprised as the ring as he is now. Well. Hey, Diamond thought my chapter was funny. Thanks, man. You're a good guy, Diamond. You're a good guy. Just hang out in the stream. I'll keep on talking to you because you're a good guy, and we buddies now. And we were buddies before. The sky was akin to a giant bruise because it's the middle of the fucking night. Back to the story. On the east side of it, a black cloud was swelling up. It licked up the stars from the sky, and extinguished the rising sun. Darkness was just like that as well. It licked up the sky like Darkness was plastered all over the treetops. The cautious cries of birds got tangled up in the thicket. I locked the front door with a long key that I wore around my neck. My parents made me wear this noose, afraid that I, the total klutz that I am, could lose the key otherwise, and I probably could. The wind whizzed to the other side of the gate, inviting me into my new life, towards dubious adventures, and tagged along like an old buddy, pushing me in the back. Wide shadows that pines threw out covered a third of the clearing. Upon reaching the edge of the forest, I hid my nose in the coat's collar. I was squeezing through the thin fire break, my hair ruffled up and my back hunched over. Tall trees stood on both sides of the tiny trail. The snowy blanket rustled under my feet, and the canopy of intertwined branches above my head cut me off from the already sparse starlight, but it didn't cut my head. That's something different. The night had no plans of moving away from the forest. In this darkness, trees remind me of shaggy, oh god, no, shaggy old women, even worse, that smelled of burial earth. Their trunks turned into cracked, wrinkled faces with huge holes as the middle of their mouths. Arrgh! I'm talking about those sex dolls that you inflate. If I lost focus for even a moment, mold-covered witches would drag me to the forest depths, just like Resident Evil. Oh god, let me read the chat really quick, because Diamond just said Shaggy at 5% of his power? That's fucking terrifying. That is terrifying as hell. And then, Rem go blah 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 blah. There you go, I went blah 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 blah. Also, Diamond said he's getting his hair curls back, because it's growing back out. Good for you, my guy. One ring spin for you. There we go, that's a ring spin for you. See? I can do it. I can do it quick now, because I've loosened up this ball bearing so much. Then, my parents would be walking around these parts, screaming my name. But the dead can't answer the living. Or can they? Grandma? A sense of panic was growing in my chest. I was fine with Dad carrying me to school, into the school, in his hands. What? I was fine with Dad carrying me into the school in his hands by now. Okay, that's actually how it's written. If it saved me from watching the darkness rise up in the ravines like black dough. It felt like someone jumped into the bushes behind me, so I turned around. As soon as I started walking faster, I heard the snow squeak behind me. The forest took a deep breath with its giant lungs. The windfall cracked. The wind and the birds were left behind in the field. Now I could only hear the forest creak. I walked, listening closely, and the unseen presence, it grew stronger. As if someone was following me. Somebody's trying to sell me something! They're trying to match the pace of my footsteps. I turned my head so fast it made my neck crunch. A tiny trail behind me disappeared into the darkness. Tree branches overlapped, forming a natural tunnel. Who's there? The question escaped my lips and dissolved into the unending, creaking sound of wooden idols. The pines around me. These are not pine trees. These are like birch trees, but whatever. Pine. Why did I think going to the forest alone was a good idea? And why do I have to be so dummy thick that the clap of my ass cheeks attracts the forest master from 3 miles away? I'm either going mad, or someone had intentionally lured me away from home. School? The distant lights granted me a smidgen of hope. A country road. I ran there as fast as I could, afraid that the trail would shrink. Clawed hands will grip me by the shoulders, turn me around, and let me look into the faces of hungry forest denizens. In the end, nobody stopped me. I almost flew into the decrepit wooden bridge, disbelieving my luck. Huh, a bridge! The bridge's supports, bathed in a spring, tarry and ice cold. Again, I am 12 thinking this. I put my hands on my knees and looked up at the forest. Then snorted, trying to calm my breathing. The thicket was pretending to be asleep. It looked peaceful, lifeless. But I knew better. The remaining part of my commute lied through a snow-laden road. I'm out of water, illuminated by sparse lamplights. I will now read the chat again. There's been a lot of messages from mostly Diamond. He said that something looked like his dog personified this dude. Well, his old dog. She was very old. Cass says that Diamond's dog is adorable and fluffy, and Diamond says he's talking about a different dog. But he's glad that she remembers his dog, because Daisy is very fluffy. Daisy is, in fact, very fluffy. Then Cass says, I never forget a doggo, and now they're just talking about dogs and shit. It's a good time. Good time. I'm a big fan of good dogs. And then Diamond's saying he does... I got hiccups, goddamn. He says he does talk a lot, sorry. But I'm not, like, saying you shouldn't talk a lot. I'm just saying... I have to, like, read through the comments to tell if you're talking to each other or if you're talking to me. And I don't want to be ignoring anything you're saying to me. So that's why I'm reading through them every now and again. Anyways. Back to the story. Let me get some more water really quick, because otherwise I'm going to lose my voice again. So I'm going to get some water. 1 minute. You know what? It actually is kind of late for a stream. I didn't realize, but it's starting to get kind of dark here in my side of the world. So yeah, I'm sorry I did this so late. Anyways, Diamond says he loves that look at the camera while saying Daisy is very fluffy. She is very fluffy. I chased away my bad thoughts and ran as fast as I could, from one circle of light to another, seeking protection from the electric lamps. Just like in that game, where you need to be the first to proclaim, "I'm protected." What game is that? It's... no, it's Tag. You bitch. I know what Tag is. Apparently in Russian Tag, you have safe zones. Cool. It's just, in this case, that protection was flimsy at best, with darkness writhing outside its bounds. Then I noticed something remarkably eerie. In a place where the light from an inclined lamp couldn't reach, a hairy, crooked shadow came alive with a guttural roar. Oh god. A wolf wearing a coat. It almost felt like its features deterred light. Its unnatural pose instilled fear. Okay, I'll sit up as well, so that way I'm posing more naturally. This guy with his judgmental posture. As I just stood there. My eyes almost popped out of their sockets, and I stood there, blinking, trying to chase away that illusion. But the shadow didn't disappear, and then it got closer. My insides were gripped by horror. I stepped back and almost fell into the snow pile. The black silhouette, on the other hand, straightened up and addressed me in a sweet voice. "Sneaking around, huh? Trying to steal my soul?" Words got stuck in my throat. Who could be talking in such a silky voice here, between the forest and the dormant village? Will you say something, dummy? Cat got your tongue? Alright, I'll bite off your nose then. That'll teach you not to poke in places you don't belong. A girl stood before me, judging from the voice of... Oh, that'll teach you not to poke in places where you don't get along. A girl stood before me, judging from the voice of the silhouette. Yes. But I couldn't even reprimand myself for getting scared by a girl before noticing my mouth is all dry now. Like, it's 92 degrees in here, alright? Just so you know, for reference, it's very hot in here. Before noticing a gaping mouth under her hood with something dangerously shiny inside, I was stunned. She's a fox girl. I'm into that. Not this. This is too furry for me. Get rid of all this, keep the ears, and we're good. From the cavity of her hood, a frighteningly real fox face was staring right at me. It's just her jaw wasn't moving, and the eyes weren't blinking. A mask! It's just a girl with a fox mask on. At least I wanted to think that. After a surprise like that, a nervous smile involuntarily crept onto my face. I was just going to school, and then you... What about me? What about me? Never seen a fox feed a dog. And indeed, there was a small dog circling the girl's legs. One of the strays that were chasing me yesterday, probably. Probably not, otherwise it would be fucking murdering me. Sorry, I didn't mean to. After hearing my voice, the dog whimpered, lowered its ears, and sniffed me out. Then started wagging its tail. I guess it still smelled the bologna I ate for breakfast. I was shifting my gaze back and forth from the dog to the girl. She didn't seem scary anymore, just weird. So, you didn't mean to, huh? What's your name? I'm Anton. And you? And I'm not. She's weird, definitely has a couple of loose screws. Look at me, I'm an asshole. But she has a nice voice. Look at me, I'm horny. My astonishment turned from a mix of happiness and relief. This girl I didn't know was definitely human, but a bit eccentric. I was also a bit angry at myself. This foxy girl was walking through the darkness without a problem, and I shuddered from every little sound. I could just walk away, but this girl had piqued my interest. The next time a police officer asks me about my friends at the new place, I'll tell him that I befriended a talking fox. Do you live around here? In the village? Oh, she giggled and purred. Nice! She spun around so hard that the hem of her coat lifted up. Very anime! No, dummy. Foxes don't live in villages. So you live in the forest, then? Have you been living under a rock? It's obvious foxes can't survive anywhere near humans, as long as they're foxes. Her jokes were also weird. Just like her carnival mask, papier-mâché with fur glued onto it. Oh, wow, that's a lot disturbinger than it looks in the picture. Let me quickly read this chat messages over here. Cass says she lost her voice yesterday, and Diamond asked how, and then Cass says because she went to a birthday party, and she hasn't been talking for a while because COVID. I get that, yeah. Very relatable. And then Diamond said that girls are scary, but my Rem's fantasies are also scary. And then Cass says, Rem is turned on by Holo, confirmed. You know it, Cass! Yeah, you know what's up. And then Diamond says, Rem, restrain your knives for something that isn't a human being purring. Listen, alright? You can't judge me any more than I can judge you, alright? You know, you're saying... You're always going on and on about the Fruit Loops and hair curls. I'm going on about purring fox women, alright? We all have our thing. The dog reminded us of his existence with a loud bark. I unfastened my backpack. It sounded like something else. Maybe because of what we're talking about in the chat. But I was actually like, what the fuck am I hearing? But I was actually unzipping my backpack. Dad would sometimes throw food in there without my knowledge. Cookies, apples, or even my favorite crab sticks. He called it a gift from the bunny. Oh. A treat from the bunny. The uneaten part of a business lunch or a treat specifically brought for children. Parents would tell their children that a bunny asked them to deliver said treat. Oh, that's nice. My dad also used to bring me back, like, if he got food at work, he would bring me back leftovers. It was a good time. We would split it, me and all my siblings, and we would eat the scraps like grateful slaves. The stray strolled towards me with mincing footsteps, a pleading look in its eyes. It does look very, very good. The fox definitely did treat it to something, but it was probably still hungry. Why are you getting dressed like this so early in the morning? Going to a costume party? The girl shrugged, throwing silvery snowflakes off her nose. Oh. And her human form along with them, turning into a genuine beast. A real fox. Agile, cunning, dangerous. Oh, okay. When she's still wearing the coat, whatever. A moment of hesitation. You'll be ripped into shreds. She'll tear you up and gulp you down without breaking a sweat. I couldn't help but just stand there as a stump. Sorry, I felt something sharp on my ring. Until I heard her calm, melodic laughter hidden underneath the beastly mask. I wish you could have seen your... What? I wish you could have seen your own mask, sweetie. Did you just say sweetie? I got embarrassed. Went red up to my hair roots. Ooh! Nice! We'd seen a fox in a zoo once when we were there with my dad. It had patchy fur, and it was gray and skinny, because that zoo was fucked. But this girl was a fiery color and furry, just like in fairy tales. I was still rummaging around through my backpack. My fingers... So she's like a transformer, you know? What are those books called? Where you turn into an animorph. She's an animorph. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Cass says, Rem is just horny for dog girls. He's just watched too many anime with dog or wolf or fox girls. That's a fact. I've seen too many of them. That doesn't make it any worse, though. I'm proud to admit it. Diamond says, how does my curls have anything to do with your purring fantasy? And also, You're judging my curls. I'm not. I'm just saying. We all have our own thing, you know? Like, my hair kind of waves around and curls around. Something doesn't really curl, more just waves. But I'm kind of neutral about hair texture. I don't really have a favorite hair texture, just hair. However. Nice. Anyways, you got us a magical transforming anime girl. It's everything I could have asked for. Anton, he might not appreciate his situation, but I do. So fuck him, and fuck you. My fingers that were searching for the dog's treat stumbled upon some soft, crumpled object. You'll see. The real beasts will wake up soon. You should ask them where they got their human faces. The girl's shadow was dancing in the lamp's light. The dog yapped in agreement. I freaked out and dropped my finding in the snow without getting a proper chance to examine it. The cold wind instantly covered up the hole it created with snow. The dog rushed to dig it out, getting its treat, and the fox just snorted. Now I was so embarrassed that I wanted to sink through the snow. I was still dark outside of the electric circle. On the contrary, the darkness seemed even thicker. And look, now she's smiling. All neighboring houses were sleeping deeply in its inkiness. I did my best to continue the conversation with a weird girl I did not know. So are you going to school? Oh my, you are a real dummy. Don't you get it? Well, I was trying to be friendly, but she can't stop mocking me, and now I'm angry. Grrr. Calling me a dummy and all. Look at it. I'm so angry. I should have just got moving along without paying any attention to this weirdo and her stupid dog. Why are you so mean? Don't answer if you don't want to. It's not like I care. Oh shit, I got the whole tsundere thing going on. Still, something froze me in place, tugging me towards the dark figure. Her mysterious appearance, her voice, that was velvety and just languid enough. I was intrigued and excited. Oh, never mind. My guy Anton does get it. I watched her as people watch fires burn. Oh, stop pouting. Look here. Zulka took a liking to you. The dog was digging through the snow with sharp movements, snoring loudly. The fox turned around and looked at the windows of a nearby house, at its timbered front through the white mist. The tip of her fake nose was shining under the lamplight. And maybe someone else, too. I went red again, like a boiled crayfish this time. Oh, shit! She just said that she liked me. What's up? I'm a winner in every story. That's me. Anton, look at him. He's blushing. You can't tell because it's black and white, but he's oh man. Oh man. I didn't know this was going to be a dating sim when I bought this horror game about the devil in a forest. I didn't know that I could bang her. The devil, I mean. Anyways, boiled crayfish. Is she talking about herself or someone else? I hope that the semi-dark would hide my embarrassment from the girl. Yeah, I'm looking down. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Oh, I cleared my throat for asking. What did I ask? You'll know after I read the chat. Diamond's asking what an anamorph is. It's just a book series, don't worry about it. And that he believes people like his curls. And that everything I asked for, besides it being... What? Everything you asked for, besides it being fictional and non-existing. Not sure what I asked for, but okay. Oh, look, now I'm smiling. I looked away, and now Anton's happy. I accidentally clicked, I guess. Cass says, this girl is going to turn out to be 12, and Rem will be arrested for fictional pedophilia. Just watch. Look, no, because Anton is also 12. And you all know that my number one choice is still, in fact, the hot mom. Then that hasn't changed. That's my number one pick, is Anton's hot mom. Anyways, yeah, back to the, apparently I said something embarrassing, because Diamond's saying, Rem, that's on the internet forever, and there's nothing you can do about it. But I don't remember what I said, so there's nothing you can do about it either. Anyways, Anton says, and who is that person? I waited, counting my heartbeat. Doki? It's having like a whole romance encounter. The fox didn't reply. Her sly stare was scanning the frosty patterns of someone's windows. She was reading them like a glass book. I wonder, what can she see in those winter paintings? The stray stopped rummaging through the snow. It ran to me, holding my object in her jaws. A mitten. Could it be the one I found in the forest? What was it doing here? When I looked closer, I realized, oh, it's just my mitten. Maybe Mom stuffed it in there when I was asleep. A certain missing boy immediately came to mind. Hey, do you know anything about Vova? I imagined the scene, silhouettes dancing in the clearing. Oh yeah, remember a fox stopped in the dancing and ran over to my window and then looked into my window? And now we got hot fox girl hitting on me in the middle of the night. Just throwing this out there. Maybe there's a connection. Maybe it was love at first sight. She saw me. She was like, "This guy saw my dance. I bet he's super into it." And you know what? I can't deny it that I am. The dance on the night when Vova had disappeared. The boy, who when found, can provide a big reward. Maybe even save my family. I remembered my birthday when our parents promised to take me and Olya to Disneyland in Paris. But instead of a long-anticipated gift, they gave me a simple brick game console, visibly embarrassed. Man, I'm kind of an asshole, aren't I? I'm like, you promised to take me to Paris, but instead you gave me a GameCube. I'm kind of a dick. I got a GameCube as a kid, and it was the shit. I never went to Disneyland either. And I never really want to. I'll read the chat. I'll read the chat really quick. Diamond says, Rem, my boy, you concern me in a good way, but you concern me nonetheless. And then Cass is asking, how can someone be concerned in a good way? And then Diamond says, out of everything said tonight, that's what makes you question this, Cass? Yeah, it's a good point. I don't remember what I said, but it must have been something terrible, just reprehensible. And then Diamond said that he's never been to Disneyland either. Very sad. We each have tragic backgrounds. But anyways, back to the story itself. I was crying my eyes out back then, demanding to be taken to the promised amusement park. Anton is such a dick, he doesn't appreciate Hot Fox Girl, he doesn't appreciate his Nintendo GameCube. You know what, I will gladly switch places with him, just throwing that out there. If this is, if that's ever on the table, I'll give up this ring for it, that's my trade, it's my trade offer. Anyways, that was the first time when Mom and Dad had a big fight. My greediness shattered their relationship. If only I could fix everything, gather everybody I love, and take them to Disneyland. He's still hung up on that shit. Just play the GameCube with them, you dick. I can't even read it anymore. I'm just like, I'm in my head, like, what a douchebag. But anyways, on the night Vova had disappeared, I think I saw someone looking like you dancing under my window. It couldn't be true, but I felt like her mask had become even more sly. And look, now she's leaning in. The fox was sniffing me out. Hey, nice. Oh, that got you worried? For yourself? Or for someone else? Ooh. Oh yeah! As soon as I thought about my sister, my chest tightened, and cold sweat steamed down my spine. Well then, listen closely, boy named Anton. This is a big and scary forest. This fox girl steps forward menacingly, but I feel nothing but excitement for that. And I'm not its only tenant. The other beasts already know about you. Beware, you'll come again tonight. I shouldn't have taken this. I shouldn't have talked to this evil in child form, I thought, panicking, because I'm a bitch. When you and your parents will be fast asleep, we'll sneak really close and dance. Macarena! Huh? What? A Macarena! Look at your mouth! It's all agape, Aunt Tasha. He saw me near his window at night. Yeah, right. Are you, by chance, a dimwit? Nobody would let me go out that late. Children go missing here, I touched the plastic frame of my glasses, puzzled by her silly tone. Look at that. Look at that! The flirting in the night! This is definitely a romance story now. They totally canned the whole horror theme. What was it? Like an evil bird? Fuck that. Now, It's a dating sim, and there's a fox girl, and that's all we need to know. That's the whole story that we need to know. She got me scared to death. Hey, why don't you stop fondling your glasses? I was also nearsighted once. Listen to me. Maybe you'll become smarter. Remember what they do? Remember, what do they call foxes? Cunning? My words seem to hurt her. Oh no, she's crying. What have I done? Hey, what did you... sorry. Her laughter was akin to the jingle of a pair of silver bells. Oh, fuck yeah. Just pulling your leg. Of course we're cunning. If you're agile and brave enough to befriend a cunning fox, I'll help you look for your vova. There's a reason why you're doing it. There's a reason why you're doing it, right? I shrugged in reply. Her insight was alarming. I know why children have been swarming our forest recently. Sometimes you can find a lot of interesting stuff there. One day, I saw a huge pile of candy once, and I swam in it till my jaws cramped. Pile of candy? I couldn't deduce whether she believed in what she was saying from the tone of her voice. I showed her another smile, but this one was fake. Boo, so wary. Well, what will you say to this then? Oh, she held out her hand in a furry mitten. There was an assortment of sweets in her palm. In the city, where I used to live, sweets like these were sold at markets or kiosks. I know what a fucking kiosk is, game. I saw my okay, is he gonna stay there? Okay. I saw my favorite bubblegum in a vivid wrapper amongst a tasty treasure. Turbo. I love Turbo gum. A familiar name was written on it. Turbo. And I love Turbo gum. Try... Let me read the chat really quick. What is with this fox girl? Diamond asks. I'm even more confused. She's about to die because Rem is attached. And then Cass says, Rem isn't attached to anything. His heart is a cold, empty void. And then Diamond says, I thought Rem was attached to my presence and humor. Maybe? I hope. Who knows? See, now I want to say yes. But based on what Cass said, even if I said yes, if my heart was a void, then I would also be saying yes. So I don't know what to say. But yes. You'll just have to assume what my reasons for that are yourself, Diamond. To my attachment towards you. Anyways, then Diamond says, Rem's mind is a temple. Yep, and was praying to hot fox girls every day of my goddamn life. And Diamond says he has a cat named Turbo. I thought the name was familiar. He must have told me about that cat at some point. How about that? The triangular nose poked towards me. Take some. My pockets are full of these. Fuck yeah, I'll accept the gift. I love this fox. I accepted the treat and catching a whiff of the girl's smell. Fur, fireworks, and citrus. The sound of anime romance. The smell of holidays. My fingers tingled while I was carefully unwrapping the gum. Peachy aroma entered my nostrils, and something else, something unfamiliar, but pleasant. The fruity cube ended up in my mouth. I started moving my molars, chewing the gum. It tasted like your usual Turkish gum, only my tongue went a bit numb. I couldn't believe my luck after opening the insert. Oh shit, I just won a free Mercedes-Benz! I looked at a Mercedes-Benz, an extremely rare and hence desirable collector's item for any boy from my previous neighborhood. And my heart skipped a beat. I was barely able to tear my eyes off the insert, still stunned. Is it going to tell me what a Mercedes-Benz is? Oh no, bubblegum insert games. The type of game where players put bubblegum inserts into their palm and try to flip it by throwing it into the air. The player who happens to flip one or more inserts claims them as a prize. The inserts were considered collectibles. That's pretty cool. Anyways, my heart skipped a beat. I was barely able to tear my eyes from the insert, still stunned. This is... Now, do you see what can be found in the forest? Yeah, cool shit. Still, I wouldn't go there alone if I were you. You get so flustered over simple bubblegum after all. Imagine what would happen if you find a travel case worth of these. It'll blow your mind. Unusual treats. Just like everything else about her. I carefully hit... Fuck yeah, she even got the demon anime girl laugh. We're talking level 10 waifu. I carefully hid the insert in my bag, as if I was putting a rare butterfly in a can. The fox giggled. This is not how things are supposed to go on a Monday morning. Who are you? I refrained from asking that question. Oh, okay. Who are you? I thought in my head. She wouldn't answer anyways, or she might just lie. I really wanted to see what's behind her mask. Yeah, me too, man. I was becoming more and more sure that underneath it wasn't just a simple young girl. Rather, a hot as fuck young girl wearing a fox mask. What if Vova also found a snow pile of sweets and is now rolling around in it? Actually, what if he decided to stay in the forest? He must be so cold without his second mitten then. The wind caught her words like smoke from a fire and carried them deep into the darkness, into the creepy thicket. The trees behind me creaked with their bony branches. Or what if something happened to him along the way? Look, she's doing the crying guy's face. Something terrible. The forest reacted to her words, becoming alive. It sniffed me out, perking its ears, just like a curious beast. The fox girl pierced me with her eyes again. Wild beasts? You find that scary? Well, I don't know. He doesn't know. Oh my, have I befriended a dunce? I didn't like being called a dunce, yet being friends with her sounded nice. Yeah, Anton's coming around. My grades are good. Really now? Will you come with me? Good grades, Anton. You'll find your Vova, and you'll be able to ask him what he found deep in the forest. As long as you're with me, nothing can hurt you in the forest. Oh, fuck yeah, I befriended a guardian spirit. You'll see. And she's hot. I insist upon that point. I insist upon it. Worms of worry writhed in my belly. Better run, whispered in my mind. I don't believe you. Do you take me for a liar? Oh, now she's crying again. Oh no, she was looking away. Whatever. You're just like everybody else. The girl sounded hurt, although I didn't know if she was genuine about it. She turned around as if she immediately lost all interest in me. The gum felt bitter now. I remember my dad's favorite saying, "Where are your manners, son?" Indeed, this fox was kind to me. Please, don't get mad. Foxes can also be nice, like in fairy tales. I just need to know what kind of fox you are. Ooh. This is some weird, like, fucking... I don't even know anymore. We're getting to a weird level of, like, fox girl roleplay that I'm not comfortable reading out loud. The girl giggled, hiding the nose of her mask in her hands. It is now 93 degrees, and I am not having it. Then follow me into the forest, and you'll get to know me. But right now, when it gets bright, I mean, your whole body is shaking. But not right now when it gets bright. I mean, but not right now when it gets bright. I mean, your whole body is shaking, you poor thing. Yeah, this poor thing can't fucking read. I don't want you to get a stroke. Hey, let me accompany you to school. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. After hearing this, the dog barked in agreement and stopped messing with the mitten. I leaned in, trying to grab the piece of handwear that almost ran away from me. Well, if we're going in the same direction. We went towards the school and the lost dawn. Aw, yeah, we're just walking together, shoulder to shoulder. Here and there, the lights came on in the windows of houses that we passed, as if their inhabitants were sending us warning signs. Silhouettes lurked behind the curtains. Dogs let out occasional barks. Spirals of gray smoke rose from the chimneys. TVs bustled, and dishes clanged in kitchens. Clanged? We watched the village slowly rise from its slumber, while carefully treading on the snowy wheel trails. I walked in the left one, and she took the right one. The dog was following right behind us. I expected the fox to bring up something weird again, but she stayed silent all the way to the school, as if playing with me some game only she was privy to. She would only giggle from time to time when the dog sneezed from the snowflakes that fell on its nose. Oh, like that. I was the first one to break the silence. So, what's your name? Here it comes. Names, names, names. You people always need to put labels on everything. What name would you give a fox like me? I don't know. But I've read about Alyssa the fox. You know what? I don't mind. I'll be Alyssa. Oh, fuck yeah! I couldn't understand if she was joking or not. I turned around as if looking for an answer from the dog. From the dark slide of From the dark slide void of dawn. Okay, I guess I'm trying to ask the dog about what the fuck is this part talking about. My silent questions were left unanswered. The school's outline was already in our sight. A giant brick box stuck in the endless night. Lights in the windows did not bode well for me. The warden trees were guarding the school yard. Oh, shit. A whistle. But we'll know what that whistle is after I read the chat. Let's see. Let's see what everybody's fucking saying. I'll scroll up. Diamond's talking about his cat. I'm not going to read all that out loud. Oh, here we go. Diamond says, Rem, you are really tricked easily by this girl. She's going to betray you eventually. Maybe, but it'll be fine. That's how anime romance progresses. She betrays me once. I go save her from whatever the fuck. And they make out a little bit. Boom. In the after story, they're like 30 and they have kids. And that's how anime story works. She already called me a dummy like 6 times, alright? This is definitely happening. And there go back to talk about cat pics. I'm scrolling down. Alright, they're just talking to each other about cat pics and stuff. And then Diamond says this clearly isn't an anime. It clearly could be, alright? She talks like an anime girl. She's got a fox vibe going on. And she's an anamorph. That's as close as anime to... that's as close as this could get to an anime without actually being one. Screams, childish laughter, and someone's whistling tore up the silence. I went here with Mom when we just moved, and the place looked cozy at the time. Empty corridors that smelled of polish, puffy snow outside. The second time I came alone to get books, and I just kept imagining my peers rolling down the railings, grade schoolers running in the library, and teachers marching down the corridor with the air of self-importance around them. I should be sitting up. I don't need to be all crouched down, because I've got the camera turned up. May as well use it. High schoolers were smoking at the entrance, in track pants and wool caps perched on their foreheads. Their appearance destroyed the last hope of a cozy school. Their stingy eyes and teeth yellow from nicotine, their smirks, all of it had the same gloomy effect as the cloudy winter morning. Absorbed by my thoughts, I completely forgot about my companion. Wow, I'm an asshole. I'll wait for you at the backyard after school. Near the hanged man. Near what? She just ignored my question. Don't be late. I hesitated. Blowing hot and cold again. Mom always said that when I would have trouble choosing between 2 options. Thinking out Mom helped me reply. I'm going straight home after school. Well, Aunt Tanasha, I'm going to let you off the hook then. But the others will creep up... Well, I'm fucking... like, having a hard time reading, goddamn. But the others will creep up to you with their smiles and sink their teeth into you. Won't be able to shake them off as easy. Remember my words. Fox opened her mouth in a wide yawn. What kind of trick is this? Someone running in the distance called out my name. My name is apparently Toba. I instinctively turned around. A huge snowball whizzed past my shoulder and hit the dog. It whimpered and ran towards the spring. The darkness devoured it. The fox girl was also nowhere to be seen. She had dissolved into the frosty air. That's because she's magic. I'm befriending a magic hot anime lady. And as Cass is saying in the chat, everything is, in fact, anime. Was she dissolved or whatever, or was she hiding in my shadow? I gulped and swallowed the gum. Unlucky. After taking a deep breath, I went towards the school, towards the cutlets and dough. What? Towards the light raining down onto the snow. I don't know what the fuck my guy is talking about anymore. The writing in this chapter is kind of all over the place. Alright, let's look around. Let's look around what we can see. There is a fresh-looking Volga parked nearby, with one of its front wheels perched on the icy curb. Black like soot. Like soot? I think he means soot. As if it was straight out of a horror story Dad loved to tell me when we hid in the attic during a thunderstorm. My dad's kind of a dick. I remembered him always wearing a sad smile while mentioning the black car that snatched children. He would say, "It looks like a funeral car on the inside, white curtains and all, and it has DSC on its license plate. Do you know what that means? Death to Soviet children." Funny, I was born in the USSR too. Alright, damn. Whose nest is this, I wonder? A thieving magpie? Then it probably has all sorts of shiny things in it. Pieces of colorful glass, bottle caps, polished coins, or child braces. Ew, how are you gonna get those? Just yanking them out of some poor little girl's mouth? Sorry, Sally. Rips out the teeth. A tall man was standing near the gate, puffing out clouds of smoke into the wind. He didn't look like a teacher. Was he a PE guy, maybe? Oh, I carefully studied his face. I carefully studied his face that looked like it was cut from a piece of granite, and his hair lip that was holding down a cigarette. He was playing around with car keys and staring back at us. Us? The light from the cigarette was reflected in his eyes that were sitting deep in his eye sockets. I froze in place. The hulking man lazily tore his eyes off me and walked towards the road. Oh, so he just dipped. Alright, later. Fucking weirdo. Can I fuck around with these now? A black Volga. Sometimes you can fuck around with things if you wait for everybody else to leave. A buzzing crowd of upperclassmen, my senpais, with their winter hats tipped to the side. Well, they even have backwards hats, so you know they're cool. I had better not draw their attention. Alright, guess we're going in. But first, I'm going to read the chat. Diamond says it has the art style of Junji. He means Junji Ito. Oh yeah, he said Junji Ito, the famous horror manga artist. Some of his work has a similar vibe to this. He has some great stories I highly recommend. I don't think I've actually read anything from him. I think I saw like an anime based on one of his works once, and it was not very good because apparently they botched the adaptation. I might read something he did though. I'm kind of curious about it. Anyways, Diamond says he recreated the original Frankenstein novel, but in manga format, and I believe it is the best reimagining of Frankenstein. Damn. I guess that's pretty cool. I might read it, maybe, if I can find it. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. And Cass says, no! Not the dog! I agree. What they did to that dog, unforgivable. Whoever threw that snowball must be murdered. I agree. I think they were trying to aim for Anton, but they missed and hit the dog on accident. So, possible forgiveness, but not likely. And Diamond's apparently heading out because it's 1 in the morning, and he's very tired. Aw, it's too bad, Diamond. If you could do me a huge favor, though, and just, like, leave the stream open on your whatever, even after you go to bed, it would be a big help. Just because we've had 3 viewers across this whole stream, and, if we can keep that going, I can maybe hit that fucking qualification for, what is it? For affiliate sooner. So it would be a big help. Thank you. Diamond says he usually does that. He's a good guy. Thanks, Diamond. Entering school time. Here we go. Alright. It is actually quite late, so let me ask this, because this might be better for you, Diamond. Would you guys prefer me to keep playing to the end of this episode, or I can end it here and then start streaming again tomorrow at an earlier time when Diamond and Cass are less tired? Because I know it's pretty late for both of you. So I'll let you choose which one you prefer. If you'd like me to keep going, I will, but if not, we can pick it up tomorrow at earlier time than this one and play through to the end. I'll leave the decision up to you. What do you want to do? Cass says, fuck you, I want to sleep. Pick it up tomorrow. Diamond says, I cannot decide. It's okay, Diamond. Cass made the decision for you. Okay, guess Cass got it covered. Yes, she does. So, we'll pick it up tomorrow. We'll see what's going on in the school, what's going on outside of the school, in the forest, magical girl. Because remember, we're only like 30 or 40 minutes into this actual episode because we dicked around with episode 1 for so long. So, we got a lot of stuff left to cover. But since you guys want to go to bed, I'm going to let you off the hook. Thanks, Diamond, for being here through the whole thing. Good guy. Gonna get you a mint chocolate chip with macaroni and cheese because you have weird desires. Thanks, Cass, for being here as well. You get the other thumbs up from the other hand. Thank you. It was good to have you here. It was a good one. I'm going to save the game before I exit the stream, though, because I forgot to do that last time. It took me like an hour to play through everything. Yes. I'll save it here as well. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Good night. Good night, Diamond. I'll see you tomorrow when I continue this story. And good night, Cass. Don't say ew. Good night. Bye. Have a good one, fellas. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.